When it comes to land animals that can kill humans, hippos are right up there at the top of the food chain. In fact, every year they claim the lives of around 500 people in Africa. And when you see how aggressive they can be, it's not hard to see why. Even though they're herbivores, hippos are very territorial. And if you trespass on their territory or threaten their young, they will absolutely come after you. So today we're going to be discussing some tips on how to survive a hippo attack. Welcome back to the channel. There are no certainties in life, but there are a few things you can do that will make survival much more likely. And we'll talk about those things in just a minute. But first, we need to talk about how to avoid being attacked by a hippo in the first place. Hippos are most active during the night, so it's probably best to stay indoors at night unless it's an emergency. Also, even though hippos are herbivores, they have been known to eat meat from time to time. And the reason is because they do not always digest their food properly, and sometimes they regurgitate their food and then eat it again. And during this process, they might accidentally eat small animals, like rats or mice, that get caught in their teeth. And I guess that explains why hippos have such big teeth. They also won't hesitate to eat your pet if you keep a pet outside at night. So bring your pets inside too. If you're awake at night and you need to go outside, try to stick to well-lit areas where there's other people. Hippos are normally nocturnal, so if there's light and other people around, the chances of a hippo attacking you go way down. If you are out in the open and you hear a twig snap or some other noise that might startle a hippo, then run away fast. It's better to run than to stand still and freeze. When running, run in a zigzag pattern because hippos can't turn very well. If you have a car, then use it. Drive to safety. If you do own have a car, or if you re too far away from your house and you're stuck in the middle of nowhere, then find some tall grass or some trees and hide there. Hippos can't see very well in the grass or under trees. And the chances are that if they can't see you, they'll just leave you alone. And if you have a firearm with you, use it. Shoot the hippo until it goes down. The good news is that hippos aren't very good swimmers. So if you're able to shoot it while it's in the water, then it probably won't be able to escape. If you're attacked by a hippo while you're in the water, then it's important to remember that hippos are heavy, but they're not that fast. So if you swim strongly and steadily in one direction, you should be able to get away from them. Keep your eyes on the hippo at all times and keep calm. Try not to panic, even though that's easier said than done. Once the hippo sees you, it's unlikely that it'll let you swim away. So be prepared for the worst. Try to put your arms behind your head and protect your neck with your hands. And if the hippo opens its mouth, reach over your head and try to grab its tongue. This isn't going to be easy, but it might be your only chance of surviving. And if you're lucky enough to actually grab the hippo's tongue, pull it really hard. They've been known to sever human limbs with ease, but a strong tug on the tongue can cause the hippo to choke. It has to breathe through its mouth, and closing its mouth while underwater will result in death. Some people have survived hippo attacks by sticking their finger down the hippo's throat. This can stop the hippo from swallowing its victim whole. But even if the hippo swallows you, there's still a chance of surviving. There was a 7-year-old girl who managed to survive being swallowed whole by a hippo. When she was pulled underwater, she managed to stay calm and kept her arms and legs together. She slid down the hippo's esophagus and into its stomach, where she stayed until the hippo regurgitated her 4 hours later. She had some injuries, but she did survive. If you get knocked unconscious, then it's important to protect your head at all costs, because you do want to get a concussion, or worse. If you get knocked unconscious and your mouth is still open, then try to protect your mouth with your hand or arm. If you have a backpack, then put it over your head to protect your face. Also, if you're protecting your head, then it's important to protect your ears too, because loud noises can cause permanent hearing loss. If the hippo takes you down into the water, then protect your head at all costs. Try to tuck your chin to your chest and protect your head with your hands and elbows. Keep your knees close together and try to curl up into a ball. Try to keep your eyes shut because it's gone be pitch black down there, and you do when you want to have your eyes wide open and be startled by something. Make sure your mouth is fully shut, because even though this is going to be hard to do underwater, it's extremely important that your mouth stays shut. If you lose consciousness, try to keep your mouth shut. That way, you don't swallow any water. Try to push the water out of your mouth and your nose. Water in your lungs can cause drowning. Once you're in the water, try to tread water, because that will keep your upper body above the water. That way, you'll be able to breathe. And it'll also help you to get yourself upright so you can escape. But if you can't tread water, then try to relax and lie on your back, keeping your eyes closed. Of course, keep your mouth shut and try to slowly exhale through your nose. Don't try to hold your breath, because that could cause lung damage. If you're attacked by a hippo on land, then protect your vital organs at all costs. Curl up in a ball and try to cover your midsection with your hands and your elbows. You also want to protect your head and your ears. Again, as we've covered earlier, try to tuck your chin to your chest and protect your head with your hands and your elbows. Keep your knees close together and try to curl up into a ball. Also, it's important to try to reduce the amount of exposed skin. Hippos have been known to use their teeth to scrape flesh off of bones. so try to cover as much of your body up as possible. If you're wearing protective clothing like leather or Kevlar, then that's going to give you a better chance of surviving. And another thing that will increase your odds of survival is if you re-attacked by a hippo on a full moon night. According to statistics, most hippo attacks occur on nights with a full moon. So if you happen to be attacked on a night with a full moon, then your odds of survival go up a little bit. Now, there's a lot of advice out there saying if a hippo knocks you over, then you should play dead. However, I think this is bad advice. Playing dead might work against predators like lions, hyenas, and even bears. But hippos are territorial, not predatory. And if they see you lying on the ground, they're going to assume that you're injured and incapable of defending yourself. So they're going to come over and finish the job. And honestly, even if you weren't playing dead and you were pretending to be conscious, hippos aren't exactly known for their intelligence. So even if you were pretending to be injured, the hippo probably wouldn't realize that you're actually conscious. So I think it's just better to fight back than to play dead. Even though hippos are huge, they're not the fastest or the strongest animals. They're surprisingly good at jumping. But when it comes to sprinting, they're pretty slow. They can reach speeds of up to 30 miles per hour, but only in short bursts. They're not built for long-distance running. Their legs are too short. So if you're able to sprint faster than they can, then you should be able to outrun them. If you are able to get away from them, and you have some distance between you and the hippo, then run to safety. If you can't outrun them, then try to outsmart them. Try to confuse them by throwing stones or sticks in the opposite direction that you're running. Also, even though hippos aren't very good swimmers, they can stay in the water for up to 5 hours at a time. So if you're trying to escape, then it's important to know which direction the hippo can swim to, so you can escape that way. So those are some tips on how to survive a hippo attack. Do you think you could survive being attacked by a hippo? Let us know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, then please hit the like button.